There it is.
I love it. I didn't even need to bang my staff yet, just stand here. Welcome all to Poetryspective number 50. Yes, we're getting old now. And it's brilliant because it means that we have matured and grown and are wise and etc. Yes. I'm Lish, your MC for the evening, and we have a very, very exciting night tonight because we finally have Rhonda Crisp. Yes, to my shame, 2 years it has taken for me to book Rhonda, dear Rhonda. And Rhonda will be doing the retrospective set, and her retrospective set is... Where is my brain? And Sexton. It's going to be sexy and juicy and virile and so that will be very enjoyable. And of course we have, she's a bit of a favourite here, I must say. Her third time in 2 years, Lauren Steinberg. And of course, many of us know Lauren. And she'll be reading her own poetry, which is going to be absolutely delightful. And as she would say, awesome. So, tonight things will be quite awesome. That's in Lauren's honour, of course. So it's going to be a lot of fun. And I always start with a poem by the retrospective feature and something that I have chosen. So I shall put Aleandra, the staff, to the side. 2 years I have been using this staff and putting it the wrong way. The other way around, and it will fall everywhere. Marnie walks in, sticks it like that, and I'm like, perfect, and now it's not going to crack or anything because the end of it's getting a little loose, so you're going to add some putty to that. But it's all good. Okay. Now to business. Poetry business. I have Jazz H. Duke in my hot little hand. There are so many jazz poems that I want to read, but I decided tonight would be shit poem. It's good. Enjoy. Jazz H. Duke's shit poem. I'm in the shit business. I work in the sewage department. I draw graphs and flow charts and conclusions. Today I was sitting at my desk trying to explain the bell, the dissolved air flotation process where streams of little bubbles are released into a tank full of sewage to float the suspended solids up to the surface to be skimmed off. But what I was really thinking about was lunchtime. The canteen cook caters to the ethnic multitudes by putting on Italian eats most days. I was thinking of ravioli with meat sauce, but I was writing things like, the sludge produced by this process is grey-brown in colour and does not produce offensive colours provided aerobic conditions can be prevented. The sludge is really composed of my used ravioli, and the bosses used steak, and your used hamburger, and the vegetarians used brown rice, all mixed up together, and when it gets to this state, no one wants to know about it, except me. I don't find shit offensive. Most people do. They can't wait to push the button or pull the chain or something, and then they think the shit has vanished into the centre of the earth. It hasn't really. It just floats up somewhere else. However, it's all biodegradable. I reckon most people think that shit is the most deadly poison on the face of the earth. They'd rather face 10 tons of plutonium than half a bucket of shit, and their own. No curse in the English language is complete without the word shit included in it somewhere. Lunchtime arrived. I ate my ravioli. I had a shit. It was brown in colour. I felt a whole lot better. It's a rare, legendary jazz chick, you know. And his book, War and Peace, this is an older edition, is absolutely sublime. And the interesting thing about jazz is that he had a stutter. And when he first started reading, he was really anxious and nervous about his stutter. He didn't know what to do. And he'd been booked to do something because of his stutter. So he got a rock. He was on the beach and he got a rock. And he carried the rock to the water and he put it in the water and he stood there and counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, over and over and over again. And let himself stutter. And everybody just loved him. And that was his introduction to poetry. Yeah, interesting. Yeah. My head is full of this sorts of trivia. Now we have ding the bell. That is the time bell. Okay? So we have a time limit of 5 minutes. But just to be cheeky, if I feel like you're getting too close to 5 minutes, or you are my husband, who's sitting right there reading, I will ring the bell at 4 minutes 25 seconds. Yeah, just because I can.
1 minute 23 or 13 seconds.
But it's very rare. Whereas with this man down here in the chair, you know, I just ring the bell at random moments while he reads, and it works out fine.
And I just incorporate it into whatever I'm doing.
Moving on, we also have the Lucky Dip is back. The Poetryspective Lucky Dip, which we have instead of a raffle. And it's got books and CDs and all kinds of fun stuff in it. Poetry related, of course, for $5. It's an absolute bargain. And next to that is the browsing section, which I change every fortnight. And the reason for that is that if you don't bring a poem, but you would like to do something, you can pick something from the browsing section. And it is also encouraged here that you read a poem written by yourself and someone else, because we're here to celebrate the work more than ourselves. Anyways, in light of that, here is a poem by Rhonda Crisp that she literally handed me a few minutes ago, and I haven't read before, and I'm going to read it for you now. The light is best in this direction for future readers' notice. Perfect. And here is an untitled piece, I noticed. Untitled, yes, by Rhonda Crisp. She's been preparing for ages, years in fact, planning the big bash of a lifetime for a life she's leaving to never come back. The house is pristine, all the washing's done, floors are clean, ironing's done. She looks at his business shirts hanging neatly in a row, sleeves folded behind neatly pressed collar, wonders how can one person own so many white shirts? Kids off on early bus, a secondary school now. He's off on his business trips, be back tonight. Dinner's in the fridge, prepared and ready to go, with a few more meals frozen, hard for when they realise she disappeared. Not out the back, in the garden, not at the supermarket, not in the laundry or at the sink or in the shower. For that fact, a few meals frozen, hard for the after party. Where's she gone now? Where she's will be the star performer, never to show. She's in the car, her bag is packed, she's ready. Read all the women travelling alone life hacks. Closed her Facebook account. No more tweets, Instagram photos of those muffins and sweet treats. Locked out for now. The long road ahead has her attention now. Abandoned the car in the airport long term, grabbed her passport and holding it firm, she thinks, remembering why this time is right. It's time for me to leave and go away. My vessel is empty and I'm so paper thin, this sepia life needs colouring in. ready to fly away from him, giving him my everything, from her to them. So now she's moving far away from the small country town. She paid her dues. It was time to get out of here. The town she grew up. She was in fact bored to the bone. Bored to the bone. So she thought she'd like to make India her new home. She could get lost there and find herself. She left them a handwritten note on that beautiful writing paper given to her by her mum, years before she'd been sucked up into her mind, long before her senses abandoned her to leave her wasting in a chair by a window, where she stared vacantly, with not much left. Oh,
Getting you ready for ancestry.
thank you, Rhonda. And that's mine, bored to the bone, has many connotations to it.